MSNBC is the place for politics, and politics, as we know, is rife with potential pitfalls. President-elect Barack Obama is still 62 days away from taking office, and he's already hearing from all sides when it comes to some of the decisions he's already made, and even some he's still just considering. Consider this from the left-wing blog The Daily Kos. Quote, in the spirit of post-partisanship and in spite of the American people's overwhelming votes for change in 2006 and 2008, let's appoint fierce global warming critic James Inhofe to the Environment and Public Works Committee. Peter Slutsky is a blogger and host of DoubleSpeak, an online radio show. Matt Lewis is a contributing writer with townhall.com. And Peter, Obama's about to become the 44th president of the United States. Where is the battle line here? Are the bloggers really that angry, or are these just sort of warning shots when it comes to, for example, Hillary Clinton, who supported the war, Joe Lieberman, who supported McCain?
Well, they're warning shots. I mean, what's happening now is the blogosphere is starting to settle into some of these people, and as these names come out, they're making decisions about, who they feel are acceptable and who they don't. As far as Hillary Clinton goes, Hillary Clinton is a great public servant, and yes, there will always be people on the left and there will always be people on the right who don't agree that she'd be the best choice. But Americans can trust her, and she got millions and millions of votes in the primary. So I think that when you float names like that, people on the left and the right will come together around a name like that.
Matt, as far as the Republicans, here's what the RNC said about today's news that Tom Daschle, another long-serving Washington insider, will get the Health and Human Services job. Quote, Barack Obama is filling his administration with longtime Washington insiders. Since losing his Senate seat, Tom Daschle's worked for a major lobbying firm for voters, hoping to see new faces and fewer lobbyist connections in government. Daschle's nomination will be another disappointment. It's pretty rich to hear the RNC trying to complain about lobbyists, isn't it?
Well, no, first of all, though, it's an issue of hypocrisy. Barack Obama is the one who said that he wouldn't have lobbyists be part of his administration. So it's really an issue of hypocrisy. But at the end of the day, I don't really think it's going to matter. I think that that Barack Obama is who people are going to be watching and how he acts. And it's sort of inside baseball. The RNC can call the Obama campaign and the administration on hypocrisy. And I think that technically speaking, they're right. But does anyone really care at the end of the day?
One of the issues that just seems to have everybody fired up, of course, is Joe Lieberman, who supported John McCain, said some pretty tough things about Barack Obama, and then Barack Obama signaled that it would be okay for Joe Lieberman to stay in the caucus and essentially have no punishment. Here's what my friend Fire Dog Lake founder Jane Hampshire wrote as far as a sort of a message that this is sending to Obama supporters. Quote, this is about telling you that you mean nothing, that democracy is a nice word, but it should never threaten the entitlement of the most exclusive club in the world. No matter what Joe Lieberman does, the people who are protecting him hate you much more than they hate him. Peter, what do you make of it?
Well, I respect Jane a lot, and I read her site often. My take on it is, it's a double-edged sword, because on the one hand you have, no drama Obama who is reaching out and saying to Republicans and saying to McCain supporters that he's willing to take McCain supporters into the fold and work with them. And on the other hand, you have people on the left who are angry. I'm one of those who was upset that Obama signaled this way. But at the end of the day, it's Obama that will ultimately be burned if Joe Lieberman decides to vote against the interests of the party. So time will tell.
Matt, as far as the Republican blogosphere, is there much focus on Obama right now, or is it still all sort of the postmortems on the election, what went wrong and where the GOP has to go next?
No, I think that right now there's a lot of soul searching on the Republican side. What direction is the conservative movement going to go? We're going to elect a Republican chairman. So that's what conservative bloggers, I think with the liberal bloggers, really what they're doing, I think, is working the refs. And, Obama right now has to sort of be like Johnny Cash and walk the line. Do you dance with the one that brung you, or do you, sort of come across as being very gracious and appealing to the average American? And that's going to be a constant struggle for him, throughout the entire presidency. Ronald Reagan, for example, phoned into the National Right to Life march, but he never appeared there in person. Barack Obama is going to have to make some of the same decisions as it relates to the liberal bloggers. Matt Lewis, a contributing writer with townhall.com, and Peter Slutsky, a blogger and host of DoubleSpeak, an online radio show. Thank you both very much. We appreciate you coming on. Thanks, David.